Modern animation is way different from what it was like back in the 1960s. It's crazy to think that we've come such a long way from the days of hand-drawn animation cells, and not necessarily for the better. Nowadays, everything is computer-generated, and it feels like we've lost some of the charm and innocence that made those early cartoons so special. Let's take a trip now back to the 1960s and explore the roots of one of the most beloved Japanese anime series of all time. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive head first into the world of Gigantor. Gigantor was created as a manga series in Japan in 1956 by Mitsuteru Yokoyama. The manga, which was published in Shonen magazine, told the story of a young boy named Shotaro Kaneda who controls the giant robot Tetsujin 28. The robot was built by his late father as a weapon, but was later reprogrammed to fight evil and protect the world. The manga of this popular series was such a huge success in Japan that it spawned an anime adaptation soon after. It premiered on Japanese TV in 1963 and was an instant hit. People couldn't get enough of the thrilling storylines, dynamic characters, and clever animation techniques. Yokoyama's art had caught the eye of American producer Fred Ladd when Ladd was making the 1963 animated movie Pinocchio in Outer Space. Ladd had produced the successful international English language version of Astro Boy. After seeing Yokoyama's artwork, Ladd teamed up with Al Singer to start Delphi Associates Inc., which would then make and sell an English language version of the series for people in the United States. Most of the English script rewrites were done by Peter Fernandez, who also helped with the English overdubs. Then, Delphi gave Translux Television the rights to distribute the show worldwide. Even though the series did great in Japan, there was a problem when it came to America. You see, in English, the robot's name, Tetsujin 28, translates directly to Iron Man number 28, and Marvel Comics already had an established character named Iron Man in the American market. So to avoid copyright problems, they renamed the series Gigantor. The decision to rename the series was not the only change made for the American version. It was also edited to remove some of the more violent and mature content, as well as the original Japanese theme song, which was replaced with a new song written by Gene Raskin and Lewis Singer. Even with these changes, Gigantor captured the imagination of American children and became a massive hit. The series debuted on U.S. television in January 1966, and WPIX-TV in New York was showing it at 7 p.m. Ratings were great, but Variety gave it a really harsh review, calling it a loud, violent, tasteless, and cheerless cartoon, saying, "Ratings so far are reportedly good, but strictly pity the tykes and their misguided folks." It didn't matter though. Gigantor was on its way to becoming a huge hit in America. One of the reasons for the show's success was young Jimmy Sparks, who controlled Gigantor. Unlike most superhero stories where the hero possesses extraordinary powers, Jimmy was just an ordinary boy who controlled a powerful machine. This made the character more relatable to young audiences who wanted to see themselves in Jimmy's shoes. The show's limited animation style also allowed for more efficient and cost-effective animation. It involved drawing only the necessary parts of a character's body in motion rather than every single frame. This not only made the animation process faster, but also gave the series a unique visual style that set it apart from other animated shows of the time. The giant robot himself was also very memorable, as Gigantor quickly became an icon in his own right. He was a formidable machine, towering over his enemies and packing a punch with his powerful fists. The character's design was also noteworthy, with his sleek metallic exterior and eyes that conveyed a sense of humanity. The series ran for 96 episodes in Japan, but only 52 were brought over and dubbed in English for the American audience. Then, in 1980, a new series of 51 episodes were created and based on a modernized take on the original concept art. In 1993, Ladd and the TMS Animation Studio converted the series into the New Adventures of Gigantor.
They built the new Gigantor.
And broadcast it on the Sci-Fi Channel from September 1993 to June 1997. Fox Family Films, which is part of 20th Century Fox, bought the rights to make a live-action Gigantor movie in July 1994. They hired screenwriters Steve Mearson and Peter Kreitz to write the script for Gigantor because they thought it would become a franchise for the studio. They budgeted between $35 million and $50 million for the film. The executive producers said the creator Yokoyama would get an executive producer credit and that the 50-foot robot would be updated and modernized for the 1990s, reducing him to a 12-foot height and giving him computer-generated features. But the project never happened, and Yokoyama has since died. In 2004, a new series was produced that went back to the story from the manga and the first anime series. The original Japanese name for this version, Tetsujin 28 Go, was used when it came out on DVD in the United States. The English version is much closer to the original Japanese version than that of Gigantor. In fact, all of the Japanese names were also kept. Gigantor left a lasting impression on children and continued to be popular in reruns for many years. The series was remade and adapted multiple times, with new generations discovering the lasting charm of the iconic robot and his young controller. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching our video on Gigantor, the classic anime series from the 1960s. I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane and maybe learned a little something new about this iconic character. Gigantor was truly a cartoon ahead of its time, with its futuristic setting, giant robot battles, and the themes of heroism and justice. It inspired a generation of viewers and paved the way for many more anime classics to come. Now what about you guys? I want to hear from you. Did you grow up with Gigantor like I did, or maybe see it in reruns, or in one of its many incarnations? What are your favorite memories of Gigantor? Do you have any favorite episodes or characters? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. But most of all, thanks for watching. This is Rich from Rerun Zone. I'll see you in my next video.
Gigantor.